Want to speak real Afrikaans from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at afrikaanspod101.com.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. It's pretty straightforward. It's a greeting. It's what you say to everyone. It sounds the same as most languages, so it's pretty an easy one to remember.
Goeiemôre. Goeiemôre. Good morning.
Goeiemôre. Good morning. So this one's a little bit hard because it's got the ch sound, but in the morning we're all feeling ugh anyway, so it's a great time to use this. Practice it next time you wake up in the morning and say hello to whoever you see the first thing in the morning and just say goeiemôre.
Goeiemiddag. Goeiemiddag. Good afternoon.
Goeiemiddag. Good afternoon. So it's very similar to goeiemôre, but this time you're changing the second word to middag, adding an extra in there because now by middag time, the day's hard and all you want is some lunch. So you're adding mochs in there and just saying goeiemiddag as if it's angry, but try say it with a smile and then it's even nicer. Goeiemiddag.
Goeienacht. Goeienacht. Good night.
Goeienacht. Good night. So that's what you say before you go to bed, obviously. And by now, you're thinking of the dreams that you might have tonight or the comfy warm bed that you're going to in a cold winter's day. Not like today, obviously, but it's something that everyone wants to hear. It's nice to say it to the people around you before going to bed, like end your day on a nice, calm note by telling everyone around you, goeienacht.
Wat is jou naam? Wat is jou naam? What is your name?
Wat is jou naam? What's your name? So this is obviously the one that you want to know when you're going out in a new place, especially in South Africa or anywhere where you know there's Afrikaans people and you want to know who they are, know more about them. So it's always an easy icebreaker. Wat is jou naam? Get to know their name. Try think of a way that you'll remember it by making up little anagrams in your head or whatever. It's what I usually do because I'm very bad at remembering names. But definitely a useful phrase to know.
Ek is Christine. Ek is Christine. I'm Christine.
And then if they ask you that question or if you've just asked that question, the likely response is ek is naam. I am name. So you'd insert your name. Obviously, you wouldn't say ek is naam. You would say, I would say, ek is Christine. I am Christine. So pretty simple response. Wat is jou naam? Ek is, and then say your name. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Aangename kennis. Aangename kennis. Nice to meet you.
Aangename kennis. Aangename kennis. Nice to meet you. So now you've said hello, you said goeiemôre, goeiemiddag, goeienacht, whatever time of day it is. You've asked them what their name is, you've told them what your name is, so now you're saying it's nice to meet you. Aangename kennis. It's a simple conversation going on here, so it's very important to know all these little phrases.
Hoe gaan dit met jou? Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you?
Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you? So now in the conversation, you're at that part where you've realized that they have a cool name, they seem pretty cool, and you want to know a little bit more about them. So you ask them, hoe gaan dit? And then remember to listen, because people always say this and then don't listen to the response or don't really care about the response. Only ask these things if you care, because it's way nicer that way.
Goed, dankie. En met jou? Goed, dankie. En met jou? I'm fine, thanks. And you?
And then the typical response, or hopefully the response because it's positive, goed dankie en met jou. Goed dankie en met jou. I'm fine, thanks. And you? So that obviously follows the previous one, answering how you are doing and then asking back to the person, because that's only polite. You don't want to be like, yeah, I'm fine, thanks, bye. You want to be polite, ask them how they're doing back if they asked it first. Otherwise, maybe don't say it if you asked it first, because then it's just like a continuous cycle that's never ending.
Asseblief. Asseblief. Please.
Asseblief. Please. Very popular in South Africa because we're all very polite people here. But please remember, see, I said it there again. Please remember to be polite when you're asking for something or commenting on something that requires a please. No, it'll be a question. So be polite, remember your manners, and say asseblief if you are looking for something.
Dankie. Dankie. Thank you.
Dankie. Thank you. So there we go again with the politeness. Be very kind and warm when someone tells you something or compliments you or gives you an answer to that asseblief question that you just asked. Say thanks, say dankie. And if you can't remember the word, think of a donkey. That's how I always used to tell people. And then just change the sound a little bit, because you can't say donkey, you must say dankie.
Jy is welkom. Jy is welkom. You're welcome.
Jy is welkom. You're welcome. So that's the response. If someone said dankie to you, you're obviously going to say you're welcome. Jy is welkom. Because it wasn't such a schlep for you to tell them what they wanted, and you don't mind telling them. So jy is welkom.
Ja. Ja. Yes.
Ja. Yes. Pretty straightforward. Yes. Positive response to something. So pretty easy.
Nee. Nee. No.
Nee. No. Also pretty straightforward, but try not to use it so much because it's going to be a downer on anyone, unless it's something definitely that needs a no for a response. But ja and nee, pretty easygoing, used quite often, so good ones to remember.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. It's very simple because it's the same as the English and most other languages, just like I said, hello. Okay means, yeah, sure, okay, we'll do this, or okay, I'll have that for lunch, or okay, you make the plans. It's used every day in so many different ways, so it's easy to remember, okay.
Verskoon my. Verskoon my. Excuse me.
Verskoon my. Excuse me. This is a part of that politeness again. If you are leaving the table or you're walking away from something because you don't really like the conversation going on, you just politely say, verskoon my. Asseblief as well, if you want to be even more nice. Even nicer.
Ek is jammer. Ek is jammer. I'm sorry.
Ek is jammer. I'm sorry. So unfortunately this one means you've done something wrong or you've said something that's not so polite. But just be a human being and say sorry if a sorry is needed. And then remember, ek is jammer.
Hoe laat is dit? Hoe laat is dit? What time is it?
Hoe laat is dit? What's the time? This is funny. The translation isn't exactly what's the time, but that's how we say it here in South Africa. You literally say, how late is it? Because you're always late for something, or you're always thinking it's later than it is. So try to remember it that way. We're always late, so that's why we say, hoe laat is dit? Like, how late is it?
Waar is die badkamer? Waar is die badkamer? Where is the restroom?
Waar is die badkamer? Where is the restroom? This one you'll probably use when you're out at the restaurants or at a random friend's house that you've never been to before and you really need a wee. So you're going to be needing this one. So remember, waar is die badkamer?
Wag 'n bietjie. Wag 'n bietjie. Wait a moment.
Wag 'n bietjie. wait a moment. You're a little bit busy in a conversation and someone comes and chirps in and all you want to say is just hold on. So if you ever in these situations and you have friends that like to interrupt you, then maybe you should learn wag 'n bietjie. And you could always add asseblief as well if you don't want to sound too rude and like cut offy. You can say wag 'n bietjie, asseblief.
Hoeveel kos dit? Hoeveel kos dit? How much is this?
Hoeveel kost dit? How much is this? Now you're in the shop. So you've been to the restaurants, you've been to friends' house, you've been everywhere, and now you're in the shops and you're seeing this beautiful new thing that you really want to buy. But, you know, you're on holiday, so you can't just be splurging money everywhere. So you're going to have to ask this question quite often. Hoeveel kost dit?
Help. Help. Help.
Help. Help. Luckily, this word, because it has so much going on and it's obviously urgent, is usually the same in most languages, so it's pretty straightforward if you know English. Help, it sounds the same in Afrikaans and is used in the same way.
Sien jou later. Sien jou later. See you later.
Sien jou later. See you later. You finish at the restaurant, you're going home, or at the shops or whatever, and you're saying, ciao, I'm going to see you later. Sien jou later. Obviously one to use all the time, comes alongside a goodbye. So remember, sien jou later. And maybe I'll sien jou later in some of the other videos.
Tot ziens. Tot ziens. Goodbye.
Tot ziens. Goodbye. Directly translated, tot ziens means until I see you again, which is quite nice because you're always assuming that a goodbye isn't a bad bye and you will reconnect again at some point. So tot ziens means until next time, but it actually means goodbye.
Ek weet nie. Ek weet nie. I don't know.
Ek weet nie. I don't know. It's okay to not know. We don't all know everything, so this is a good one to know. If someone asks you a question or asks you directions and you don't know because you're just a tourist here, remember to say, ek weet nie. I use this all the time and it irritates my friends, but I'm honest at least, so ek weet nie. Hello, it's Christine and we're here to do some Afrikaans today in the lesson 10 things you always want to hear. So we're all excited about this one, obviously, because I'm going to be telling you things that you want to hear. Jy lyk goed vandag. You look good today. Jy lyk goed vandag. You look good today. What's that? Oh, thanks. I just assume that you returned the compliment. But it's always something that we really like to hear, especially if it's coming from that person that we've got our eye on. But it's also just nice to tell people. If you walk past someone and you think they're looking good, let them know that they look like goed vandag, because it's always nice to make someone else's day. Ek mis jou. I miss you. Ek mis jou. I miss you. Long lost friends, long lost lovers, parents in different countries, whatever. Today's world, we're all over the globe. Our friends live in China. Our brother lives in England. Today, it's really common to know people that live really, really far away from us, and it's nice to sometimes receive a message saying, oh, they miss you, but it's also really nice to send a message to let someone know that you miss them. So get that phone out, think about that friend, and let them know, ek mis jou. Jy het 'n goeie werk gedoen. You did a great job. Jy het 'n goeie werk gedoen. You did a great job. That's always the best one you want to hear at school or at work, because it means that you're on the right track, you're doing something good, and at the end of the day, you might get rewarded. Daar sal 'n bonus aan die einde van die maand wees. There will be a bonus at the end of the month. Daar sal 'n bonus aan die einde van die maand wees. There will be a bonus at the end of the month. If, like I said before, jy doen goeie werk, then maybe, just maybe, if you're lucky, it means you're going to get that bonus at the end of the month and you can go on that extra long Christmas holiday this year. So, keep up the goeie werk. Jy is 'n uitstekende kok. You're an excellent cook. Jy is 'n uitstekende kok. You're an excellent cook. Now, that's one that you want to save for when your parents come over for dinner for the first time in your new flat, or you're inviting that boy over that you've had your eye on, and you're cooking them a fancy dinner, and it's the first time that you're using this new saucepan you bought yesterday, and they tell you that, and just, oh, what a relief. The food was great, the guy thinks it's great, or your parents think it's great. Anyone is happy to know that their food is good, because it means that you're going to get to enjoy it the most, because you get to have your food every night. Vat 'n breek, ek sal vandag skoonmaak. Take a break, I'll do the cleaning today. Vat 'n breek, ek sal vandag skoonmaak. Take a break, I'll do the cleaning today. That's the best to hear from your partner or your parents or your flatmate. What a great day it is when you get to just lounge on the sofa, watch some TV, catch up on those sports, do anything you want, even some painting or crafting. If you don't have to do the cleaning up, make a mess. No jokes, be nice, because next time it is your turn and then you're going to have to clean up someone else's mess. So just enjoy the day off. Enjoy it when someone tells you that they'll be doing the cleaning, because next minute it'll be your turn again. En jy wen, and you win. En jy wen, and you win. Whatever you're doing, whether it's Saturday night and you're playing board games or you're playing card games on the beach with some friends, it's always a great one to hear that you're the winner, because it means that you did your best and you won. So you've earned it. Jy was reg. You were right. Jy was reg. You were right. You won that argument. You were right when you said that this was the case and they said that was the case. It's such a nice feeling. You get all bubbly inside when someone you've been arguing with or just made a point tells you that you were right. It's like the I told you so, and it's the best feeling ever. Who doesn't love that? Ek het jou iets besonders gebring. I brought you something special. Ek het jou iets besonders gebring. I brought you something special. What an exciting thing to hear. You've just come home, you've had a really long day, and your friend's coming over, and they tell you that they bought you something besonders. How exciting. Open it up straight away, and just remember, if you don't like it, still look surprised, because they think it's besonders. Die begroting is onbeperk. The budget is unlimited. Die begroting is onbeperk. The budget is unlimited. You've got an unlimited budget, an onbeperkte begroting, to do whatever you want to make this party, this function, this shebang the best one there is, because you've got everything you need. You can get anything you want. Go crazy and enjoy it while it lasts, because it doesn't come around often. Hello, it's Christine again. We're here today again in 10 phrases that you never want to hear. Ish. So these are all going to be very negative. I'm really sorry. I don't want to offend anyone, but when I'm saying these things, I'm not saying them to you. I'm just telling you them so that when someone says them to you, you know that you should probably act in a scared or sorry way, because you don't want to know these things.
Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Have you gained weight recently?
Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Have you gained weight lately? It's quite a harsh thing to say to someone, something you should learn but not say. Know it so that if someone tells you, you can be like, no, I haven't, thanks, and it's got nothing to do with you anyway. And if you have, who cares? Like, love yourself, love your body, and ignore people who ask you if you've picked up weight.
Jy het 'n grys haar. Jy het 'n grys haar. You have a grey hair.
Jy het 'n grys haar. You have a grey hair. This is quite scary, especially if you're getting a little bit older, but not that much older, and you're finding a grys haar, and you're like, my life is going so quickly. But it's not the end of the world. It's fine. Just pluck it out, or dye it, or actually just own it. Go grey. Grey is the new black. Well, I don't know. It's grey is the new grey, but own it. Own yourself, own your body, own your hair, own everything. It's making you a happier person that way.
Ek het jou gesê. Ek het jou gesê. I told you so.
Ek het jou gesê. I told you so. Hate hearing this from people because it means you were wrong. And ek het jou gesê, it sounds so condescending. But if you're the one to say it, you're feeling a little bit better. So I guess it's one to learn and hopefully use.
Jy is afgedank. Jy is afgedank. You're fired.
Jy is afgedank. You are fired. So this one is quite terrible. No one really wants to hear that. And unfortunately in Afrikaans, it doesn't even have that punch, like yes, afgedank. Doesn't really sound as much as you're fired. But if someone says that to you, I'm really sorry. Good luck finding a new job. And maybe ask why so that you can change something, I guess.
Dit is nie jy nie, dis ek. Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. It's not you, it's me.
Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. It's not you, it's me. Another one that we definitely don't want to hear if you're in a relationship and they're ending things with you or telling you something and it's not you, it's me. Ugh, you're right. It probably is you, but they're just trying to be polite. But if you're using this one, maybe don't. Like, learn it in Afrikaans. Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. But don't use it in that way because most of the time it's just something that softens the blow, but it doesn't really actually do that.
Dankie vir jou CV. Ons het die posisie gevul. Dankie vir jou CV. Ons het die posisie gevul. Thank you for your resume. However, the position has been filled.
Dankie vir jou CV. Ons het die posisie gevul. Thank you for your resume. However, the position's already been filled. Unfortunately, you've just been fired and now you're trying to find a new job and they're telling you that there's no more new job left and you're just not in a great space. And I'm really sorry if you're in this space. I'm just wishing you all the best of luck and hopefully you never have to hear these things. I'm sorry.
Ons moet ander mense sien. Ons moet ander mense sien. We should see other people.
Ons moet ander mense sien. We should see other people. This is almost as bad as the it's not you, it's me thing, except it's a little bit more open and honest and just telling people how you feel. So I guess if you're in that position, remember how to say, ons moet ander mense sien.
Ek het nie jou geld vandag nie. Ek het nie jou geld vandag nie. I don't have your money today.
Ek het nie jou geld vandag nie. I don't have your money today. That sucks if it's the end of the month and you've kind of run through all your spendings have been high and you've run through all your savings and your boss tells you that they don't have your geld vandag and it sucks and means you're going to have to be living on rice or popcorn or something for a couple of days. I mean, I've been there. But yeah, not a great one to hear either. These things are making me feel like life's very hard right now.
Ons moet praat. Ons moet praat. We need to talk.
Ons moet praat. We need to talk. Here's another one of those relationship shooters that we really don't like to hear. Even though sometimes they can be positive, you know, like we need to talk about moving in together or something like that. But since we're in this list, we're going to assume that ons moet praat means that we're going to be seeing other people or something along those unfortunate lines.
Jou kar is gesteel. Jou kar is gesteel. Your car is stolen.
Jou kar is gesteel. Your car is stolen. Definitely don't want to hear that one ever. It's a lot of money and a lot of issues and a lot of admin to get that fixed and get it back or get it found or get a new one or insurance or like, there's so many things that come with this stupid little sentence of jou kar is gesteel. So pay a car guard or park in a parking lot or try not to put your car in a place where it can be stolen. Hi guys, I'm Christine and I'm here to do some Afrikaans with you today. In today's lesson, 10 ways to save the planet, which is super appropriate because we all know it's Earth Day coming up on the 22nd of April. So get ready to learn what you can do to put in your part, and let's save the planet together.
Herwin. Herwin. To recycle.
Herwin. To recycle. Dit is baie goed om te herwin. It is very good to recycle. It is very good to recycle. We all know it's really easy, but so many people don't do it, and we don't know why. All you need to do is when you have a plastic bottle, a glass bottle, a can of Coke, just put it in a separate pile into your rubbish and then take it to the right bins. You don't have to do all the hard work of sorting through everything or actually putting it through the machine. Someone else does that for you. So you really do have the easy part. Just put in a little bit of extra effort and don't just dump it in the rubbish bin with all the other gross food that you put in there.
Vrywilliger. Vrywilliger. To volunteer.
Vrywilliger. To volunteer. Dit kan baie tyd vat om 'n vrywilliger te wees. It can take a lot of time to be a volunteer. It can take a lot of time, but just imagine how much time you spend every day watching Netflix or series that, yeah, they're good, they're funny, and they let you relax, but what a better way to spend your extra time than to just put some hours in volunteering every day, making a real difference to something or someone, and you can even get so much out of it yourself. Like, you'll feel so much better, and it's such a great way. Just put some hours in, put even some minutes in, just volunteer at least once a week or something, or even once a month. It's such a warming experience, and you should really try to be a vrywilliger every now and then.
Beskerm. Beskerm. To protect.
Beskerm. To protect. Ons moet ons planeet beskerm teen onsself. We have to protect our planet against ourselves. Sadly, we all know this is so true. We are the bad ones to this beautiful earth of ours. We're the ones that put cars and houses and roads and all these things that are ruining our beautiful earth's environment. So we need to start doing things, anything little, like being a vrywilliger or being a little bit more active in our recycling to just beskerm our planet.
Hergebruik. Hergebruik. To reuse.
And another thing we can do is hergebruik, to reuse. Ons kan baie van ons plastiek hergebruik. We can reuse some of our plastic. It's so easy, like I said before, to just put your plastic on a separate pile. But what an even better and quirky and very cute way is to reuse that plastic. I certainly do all the time. Every little yogurt pot I have in the mornings, or like a big bottle of water that is quite a cool bottle, nice shape, nice pattern or something. Do something new. Like check up on Pinterest. Just Google in there how to reuse a bottle, and it comes up with millions of cool examples of what you can do. Make some cool plant pots, make some watering systems for your herbs, or literally anything. I recently made some cool tables out of old wood pieces that I had. I don't know why, but it's really easy to reuse things, and plastic even better, because plastic's not so great. So if you can reuse it in a quirky, cool way, you don't have to buy a plant pot, you can make one. Win-win.
Bewaar. Bewaar. To conserve.
Bewaar. To conserve. Die natuur moet bewaar word. Nature needs to be conserved. We do, like I said before, we need to protect our planet, but we also need to conserve our planet. Make sure there's always some greenery around you. Make sure you support that local park or the gardens next to the street, and don't throw your rubbish there, or make sure no one builds a house on a nice, beautiful mountain. We need to conserve our nature, conserve our animals, and just make sure it's still there for our children and our grandchildren. People say these things all the time, but it's so true. You need to make sure that the future will still be able to have this beautiful world that we're living in right now.
Om eco-vriendelike produkte te gebruik. Om eco-vriendelike produkte te gebruik. To use eco-friendly products.
Om eco-vriendelike produkte te gebruik. To use eco-friendly products. 'n Goeie manier is om eco-vriendelike produkte te gebruik. A good way is to use eco-friendly products. What better way? I mean, don't use them bad straws that they hand out at the takeaway that you got. Don't ask for that extra pair of plastic fork and spoon when you go buy the burger after a night out or something, or even just at home. Try to use things that you can reuse again. Use glass things that you can wash instead of things that you can throw away. Store things in old butter thingies instead of buying Tupperware and putting it in there. If you reuse things or use products that are eco-friendly like bamboo or glass or all these things that aren't going to contribute to ruining our environment, it's such an easy way to feel good about the things that you use and put in yourself.
Om fiets te ry. Om fiets te ry. To ride a bike.
Om fiets te ry. To ride a bike. Om fiets te ry spaar geld. Riding a bike saves money. It really does. You don't have to pay for petrol, you don't have to pay for car insurance, you don't have to pay for any of those things. All you have to pay for is a helmet, some little lights, maybe a bell, and your bike, and then voila, you're right there. You've got your exercise in for the day, you're not contributing to pollution, and you feel better. People smile at you as you drive past, and you get to work with a smile on your face because you have those endorphins pumping. Just ride a bike. It's better for you, it's better for the environment. Win, 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 like I always say.
Om te gee vir die omgewing. Om te gee vir die omgewing. To care for the environment.
Om te gee vir die omgewing. To care for the environment. Meer mense kan omgee vir die omgewing. More people can care for the environment. If we teach our children to, if we stick to all the rules that we've just been through, then yes, maybe we can encourage and inspire others to be like us, to do the same things, to be those earthy people that makes everyone cringe a little bit, but also have so much pride for, because they're the ones that, after all, they're the ones that can make a difference in this world.
Om energie te spaar. Om energie te spaar. To save energy.
Om energie te spaar. To save energy. Daar is baie maniere om energie te spaar. There are many ways to save energy. There's many ways to save energy. For example, it's so easy when you leave your bedroom, switch the light off. While you're brushing your teeth, close the tap while you're brushing and then just quickly rinse your toothbrush again afterwards. We're not just talking about electricity here, we're talking about anything that you can save, anything that's left on when it doesn't really need to be. Switch the TV off, switch the radio off if you're not really listening, if it's just a little bit of background noise. Saving energy can save so much. Not only does it save you money, but it'll also save all the extra things going into the air that we don't even know about. So just try, switch the light off next time you leave the room, or like I said, don't leave taps running. Water is so scarce. If you're not used to it being scarce, come live in Cape Town.
Om 'n boom te plant. Om 'n boom te plant. To plant a tree.
Om 'n boom te plant. To plant a tree. Kinders geniet dit om 'n boom te plant. Children enjoy planting trees. Not only children, I also love planting trees. What a nice way to add, to give back to our Mother Earth. People don't plant trees often enough. People cut them down left, right, and center. Make me a house. I need some wood. Cut me down a forest. No. It's so easy. Just go to the local nursery, buy a little plant, buy a little tree, go find a piece of ground and stick it in. It's so easy, and it helps our earth, and it helps the air we're breathing be a little bit more clear. Planting trees is such an enriching experience, so much more than people think. So if you have children, if you have a niece or a nephew, or your friend has a baby, not a baby, a child, take them to plant a tree. Watch how much they enjoy it, watch how much you enjoy it, and then try and make it a ritual. Do it every week, do it every month, do it every year. It doesn't have to be that often, but if every person plants a tree, think about the big difference that we can all make.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.